What is up, my gaming compadres? This is Flames from MMOHut.com, and today I'll be doing a first impressions gameplay video for Star Trek Online. I'm just kidding. This is Star Wars: The Old Republic, a 3D MMORPG developed by BioWare and published by EA and LucasArts. First of all, I just want to say how a privilege and an honor it is to be the one covering this massive MMO. When the game was originally launched, it had a lot of attention from the media. And now that it's free to play, well, anyone can just join in and have a blast in the Star Wars community. I'm not really a huge Star Wars fan. I've watched all the movies, but most of my Star Wars knowledge comes from That 70s Show. It's an American TV show starring Eric Foreman, which talked about Star Wars at least once per episode. So I do know what the Millennium Falcon is, Chewbacca, Yoda, but I really can't go into too much detail. The game was originally launched in late 2011, and it was a pay-to-play game. Several months later, in July of this year actually, the publishers decided to switch it over to a free-to-play model, although you can still pay on a monthly basis to have access to a ton of other features. FYI, this isn't a pay-to-win MMO. If you decide to go pay-to-play, you'll have access to more inventory space, your character will move a lot faster, and your overall questing experience should go a lot smoother. However, there is a convenient loophole. If you decide to buy at least $5 worth of Star Wars content, this could be a one-time monthly subscription or an in-game purchase. Your account will be switched over from a free one to a semi-premium account, which gives you access to exclusive features to get you going. For now, I'm going to be messing around, making some comments, and checking the game out with you guys. As you can see in the video in the background, this game has amazing cinematics, and it probably had a huge budget at its disposal. So this is a free-to-play MMO that you don't want to miss. So here we are in the game. This is the server selection screen. We've got a lot to choose from and different types at our disposal. We've got PvE, PvP, RP, and RP PvP. That's a lot of P's. Let's go with the Shadowlands. This one looks pretty interesting. Now we have to choose our allegiance. This game isn't your standard MMO. Every choice I'm going to make in the game has a direct impact to my personal storyline. It was designed as a single-player experience in a multiplayer environment. So you can interact with other players, but no one is really going to follow my exact same path. Okay, so I can either be part of the Galactic Republic or a member of the Sith Empire. Now I want to be a badass, so let's go with the Sith Empire. Here are your available classes. Before going through them one by one, we have a lot of details about them just on top. They tell me what type of equipment I can wear, the different abilities that are at my disposal. And at level 10, I'm really going to have to decide which branch I want to follow. In this case, I can either be a Marauder or a Juggernaut. A couple more details about my combat and my storyline. You don't really need to worry about how your character looks like right now. They're all randomly generated. It's just to give you an idea of what your character would look like with equipment on. So we've got your Sith Warriors, your Sith Inquisitors, which are basically mages who use Force Lightning. We've got Bounty Hunters, which are pretty hybrid classes. They could either be long range or close range, and they use a lot of weaponry. And finally, we've got your Imperial Agents, who act as rogues. They're mainly assassins and work in the shadows. This Bounty Hunter class looks pretty cool. Let's try it out. And as you can see, you've got a lot of races, or species as they call them. Half of them can be unlocked just by reaching level 10 with the character. The other half, you're really going to have to buy it out. So if you're planning on spending $5, well, this could be a nice place to start. Now we've got your humans and your cyborgs that look pretty identical. And I like these Zabraks. They look pretty interesting. I do recognize them from the movie. Okay, and I need to select my gender.
In the direction of the action.
Oh, I'm still not going to make a female character. In my previous video, I did mention that I was never going to play female characters, but I am open-minded, and in future games, if there is a really interesting female class, I will go for that. But for now, I really set my mind on creating a male Zabrak, which looks awesome. Let's look at the different body types. This one's pretty slim. This one's long. This one is huge. And oh my god. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the one we're going to be making. Our Sumo Zabrak. We can maybe change the head a bit. The size of the head doesn't really change. It's more or less the face type. So many faces here to choose from, so many minor differences between them, it doesn't really change anything. This one fits very well with our body type. Let's just keep it as it is. We can choose different scars to add on to our character, and these look a lot like the Joker's scars. I'm gonna go with this Kratos look. Looks like my eye just got slashed by a lightsaber. I'm not so sure what's the difference between these complexions. It looks like makeup I apply on my character's face. Can change the eye color a bit. Yellow seems pretty cool. Let's see if we have red. Orange is good enough. And oh my god, these tattoos, I can switch these. This had to take months to recover from. Since we're putting tattoos on, we might as well go with the ones that look the most painful. Oh my god, even the mouth was tattooed on. So much detail around the eyes. Anyway, look at this array of horns and hairstyles you can choose from. What should we go with? This is the kind of haircut a middle-aged balding man takes. That is beautiful. Let's change this to black. This looks nice. And we can change our skin color from either red, orange, or yellow. Let's take a dark red. Looks pretty powerful. And here we go. So let's go with flames. Oh, I can't add numbers. So let's try without the E. Still not working. Guess we're gonna need to try something else. Let's try red. No, that's a bad idea. Obviously that one's already taken. Let's find a unique name for this dude. Let's try Pyroblob. Well, it worked. So first thing you're going to notice when you start the game up is that there are a lot of loading screens. Each time there's a quest, it takes about 10 to 15 seconds to load up and you're in the game. So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and everything's pitch black. Oh, it's the Star Wars intro. That is awesome. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. So the prologue is defined by the choices you originally made when you created the character, so it's a custom storyline that follows the path that you decided to take. Every class starts off in a different area, each of them with their own quest givers and objectives. The Great Hunt begins while the Sith Empire and the Galactic yada yada yada. We can just skip this and go straight into the game. Now I'm just gonna give it a bit of time to load up. I wasn't too lucky the first few times I tried. Okay, so there's a little cutscene here. Where there's menacing music. There's a weird spaceship up there. What's going on? What's going on? I guess we're at the spaceport. It's landing. What is in this weird spaceship? This doesn't look good. I guess that's me. That's me and my sweet butt. We've apparently landed on some sort of planet. I'm not too sure what's going on. We've got weird looking humanoids. There's a guy looking at me pretty weird too. And that looks like me. Aw yeah, Pyroblob's all up in this town. Oh, what's this? Trouble up ahead? Time to investigate. Looks like a little shop, a little restaurant. I've got my little radar. What does the scanner say about his power level? Guess we're just gonna have to go see what's all the hubbub, bub.
Almost set up. See if you can't get that security network running, Mako.
Sure thing, Brayden. We'll be... hey now.
Indeed. The main attraction has arrived. Team, this is the man we're pinning all our hopes on. Best shot I've ever seen and nerves of steel. He's great hunt material, all right. What do you say, Hunter? Ready to meet your team?
Great, now what you just witnessed is one of many quest sequences to come. Now, I can choose which response I want to reply with, and there are usually 3 to choose from. There's usually a positive response, a negative one, and a neutral one. Now, this will affect your alignment, but we'll be able to talk about that in detail afterwards. Right now, they're asking me if I'm ready to meet my team, and yes, I am, so I'm going to click absolutely.
My team. I like the sound of that.
Get used to the idea. To win the Great Hunt, you'll need support, structure, and intel. Let's do things official-like. This is Mako, a little genius I picked up years ago in Nar Shaddaa. She provides intel and tech.
Hope you're as good as the old man says.
And the big bruiser is Jory. He handles the heavy lifting and provides security for our base of operations.
Whoa, I have no idea what he just said. Thank God there are subtitles here.
Cute girls and big guns. I'm sold.
Well, if that isn't a good pickup line, I don't know what is.
Down to business. We're here because the Great Hunt has been called. Little Mako...
Since this video is only 20 minutes long, I'll just be skipping through this, but once you actually start playing, I highly recommend listening to everything they have to say. Great, so here we are in the game. This is our character. Let's look. He looks terribly pissed. But no worries. The interface is nice and simple. I rarely see MMOs using the top part of the screen this much. You have your chat log and all your different windows. There's a little question mark in the middle of the screen, but I think I'll manage. Here's the main map, but we're not seeing much since we're inside. Let's go see. Our first quest is to search for information on Vex. Well, this isn't the right place to go, I presume. And this guy looks in pain. Hopefully this robot will be healing him. He's just zapping away. So there are a couple of people here, and everyone who has a little triangle on their head means that they have an available quest for me. But I'll just stick to my main line of quests, because otherwise it'll be terribly long. Okay, so I've just gone outside, I've got a little bit of experience by doing so. And here's the exterior map of the planet. It's pretty huge. Luckily you've got your magnifying glass to check out different parts of the area up close. So this will probably come in handy if there's a lot of stuff in a single area. We can zoom in and zoom out. That's pretty convenient. Let's just keep going here. There are a lot of players on right now. Oh, there's apparently a war going on planet Hutta. Now I really need to enter this weird looking hut. As soon as I pass a green force field like that, it just means that no one can come in and help me out. This is my own personal sequence and I have to be able to clear everything out. At the bottom of the screen there's a little yellow eye icon which tells me that if I'm not careful, I will die a horrible death. And here I have my trusty zapper. Luckily, I'm prepared, and let's deal with our first enemy, our higher outlaw. Time to meet your maker. Oh, and this is pretty neat. I did miss a couple of shots, and you can clearly see which ones I missed. And whenever there's a beaming light out of a dead corpse's body, that just means that there's lootable items I can pick up. A couple of credits and some rations. And this guy's not too subtle, is he? Let's take care of you. Yeah, I saw you, don't worry. You're dead. Good. Alright, so we've got 2 out of 3. There's one more to go. This last one really wants me dead. He already has his gun out and everything. I'll try getting him off guard. Let's take care of you. Let's finish this off. Oh, missile blast. He is out of there. Wow, that's pretty powerful. Okay, so I found what I was looking for, this neat looking data pad. Item required? Yes, mission accomplished. Thank you very much. I need to go back and meet up with Brayden. So long, suckers! So I'm out, and I could just walk over there, or I could show you how to teleport. This is a quick travel tool. It's a 2-hour cooldown. I just select where I want to go, and I am off. Look at this. He's just entering the coordinates he needs to go to. That's cool. And there I go. Hello. So I'm back at the poison pit. I just need to go talk to Brayden once again. And there will be the little quest sequence like we talked about earlier. Here we go. Let's just wait for it to load up.
I'm just saying I want to go on some missions. My blaster aim is pretty good. Anything's better than sitting around with you and our gear. No offense, big guy.
Still no idea what he's saying.
How'd it go out there, hotshot? Find anything?
Find anything? A love for bloodshed, really? No, I found this data pad.
Vex left a data pad at his safe house.
Great, give it over and I'll see what I can make of it.
Now, I'm usually a nice guy, but let's just see what happens if I answer in a negative way.
At least until I find a real crew, anyway.
Oh my god, burn!
Don't listen to him, Jory.
So there's still a lot of chit-chat going on. Let's just skip this and go straight ahead to our second quest. Woohoo! Okay, so my first quest is complete. I've been awarded some very sexy boots. I will accept. What's the... Oh. Oh, there it goes. Well, that was weird. I guess I just leveled up. That weird looking robot just hovering over my head wanted to tell me that. Once you level up, there's only one thing to do, and that's to meet up with your class trainer to get your new abilities. All your other attributes get automatically boosted. So I'm back in town. What is up, my young compadres? Oh, and I'm looking forward to trying out this new rocket punch. So like you probably noticed, I already have a lot of passive skills. And by using the large map, I can easily find specific NPCs. So I'm just going to click trainer, and apparently it's up ahead. The battle rages on, a couple of NPCs are fighting, dishing out a ton of damage. Oh, and I really should be passing through this crossfire. What's fun about this game is that all the characters use different kind of resources for their abilities. In my case, since I'm a bounty hunter, I use a lot of weapons, and since there's no ammo in the future apparently, they do overheat. So if my guns get too hot, well, I won't be able to use them. Oh, and here we are. It looks like a small bazaar of goods and services. Pretty neato. But we're only here to meet up with Zinni, our bounty hunter trainer. Whoa, careful where you aim that gust of flames. That was pretty close.
Use my tricks, you'll get the big bounties and the fat pay.
Okay, here it is, Rocket Punch. I could also buy the
Good
sprint
hunting out
ability,
there.
but that's just too many credits, and I have to buy it with real money. We've got our new Rocket Punch that just got added to our quick slots. Engages a jetpack, pretty neat. And we are on our way to meet up with Vex. You know someone's badass when they have 2 X's in their name. Not 1, and certainly not 3. I think all this walking and running around will do Pyroblob some good. Come on, Tubby, just climb up that hill. I know you can do it. Just a little more to go. Oh, and there's a mailbox just to my right. I noticed from the start that I received some kind of message. Let's just see what this is. There's a creepy guy next to me. Oh, I think his avatar just wasn't loaded up. Thank you for being part of the Star Wars, the Old Republic community during the past year. Oh, cool, fireworks. That's awesome. Well, the game was released on December 20th last year, so its 1-year anniversary is coming up in a couple of days. So I'm already being treated to some special items and I just started playing. Guess this was definitely a good time to start. Let's place one on the ground and see what this does. Whoa, that's awesome! Look at all the pretty colors. Now enough fooling around, I think we've got some bad guys to take care of. Let's show them what Pyroblob the bounty hunter can do. There's that green doorway. Looks like our quest has just begun. Oh, and I forgot to put this on. Hunter's Boom. It actually increases my endurance by 5% for the next hour. This should be coming in handy. Okay, so I've got 3 dudes to take care of at the same time, and there isn't a lot of space for me to hide behind. Missile blast, and he's down. Another one bites the dust, and finally, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. A couple of items. Whoa, this one was packing. You probably already noticed that there are a lot of crates here and there when I start a quest line. Those are actually really useful. You can either hide behind them to cover from fire or just hide to make sure you're not seen by other enemies. The last little green icon at the end of my quick slots is how I regain health. This helps me regenerate my health and my resources that I need to use my abilities. But since bounty hunters work in a different way, it cools down my weaponry. So as you can see, I'm just spewing out all the heat and all the flames that were accumulated in my weapons, so they're all cooled down and ready to go. Time to take care of some business. Whoa, you exploded, you're dead. So your character really follows the enemies you're up against, so that's pretty neat. And look at this, I'm just hiding behind this pile of boxes, and this guy isn't too sure whether to go left or right, so I'm really using anything I can to stay alive. So I'm just blasting away. I'm sorry for people who wanted me to use the lightsabers. I just feel that this gives me a lot more options to play with. I can move back, move up front, or I can always rocket punch their faces in. So lightsabers are very awesome, but do not underestimate all the other arsenals at your disposal. I'm just hiding behind this column just to make sure I'm not being hit. While we're fighting here, let me just come back to a key mechanic to this game that we talked about earlier, the alignment system. Whether you choose to be part of the light or dark side, this will unlock exclusive quests that are only accessible if you're either a good guy or a bad guy. So make sure you choose wisely, because your endgame rewards should differ depending on the type of character you decide to be. I ain't afraid of no one. Pyroblob isn't scared of anything. Oh no! Oh no, I died. I wasn't paying attention to my health bar, and this is what happens. Oh, great. Since I'm still in the early stages of the game, they give me the option to get back up free of charge, but my armor's durability is gonna have taken a huge impact. Alright, so I look like a hologram. This just means that for the next 10 seconds I could just place myself wherever I want, just to make sure I don't get uselessly killed again. He wasn't expecting that, was he? Next up is this big brute. Is this Vex? Nope, it's his bodyguard. Looks like we're getting close. He has this shiny yellow sword ready to attack. He looks like he means business. Uh-oh. I've got to keep backing up. No, he's fast, isn't he? He just keeps hitting me. And down goes Lardo. I think I see someone up ahead. Let's go see who that is. Looks like he's working on his spaceship. Alright, there you are, Vex. I see you. You're mine now.
What's this? A lawman of sorts? Never thought I'd see the day dashing Vex would get cornered by an ugly alien brute.
Look who's calling himself dashing. Isn't that a bit narcissistic of yourself?
I'm not sure dashing is the word you're looking for.
Ha! But I know something you don't. Vex is not your ordinary run-of-the-mill thug. Oh no. Vex is the galaxy's greatest quick-draw artist. Vex can shoot your ears off so fast you won't even hear yourself scream.
Oh, I think this is a challenge. You're on, Mr. Vex. Oh, that tension.
Show me.
That was so slow.
Cheater!
Oh, we're not gonna start calling ourselves names, are we? And ladies and gentlemen, the epic battle has apparently begun. Major punch to the face. Missile blast! And mission accomplished. Good job, Mr. Pyroblob. So now I just have to turn this in with Brayden. I'm just gonna have to go back into town and get my other quest. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed the game or the first look, head on over to Star Wars' official website. And you want more details? Well, guess what? MMOHut's got you covered. Check out our articles and our game page for even more info. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave you with a couple of fireworks. Ooh, shiny. One last firework to celebrate Star Wars anniversary. And maybe a little dance. Awesome. Alright, so this is Flames signing off. Bye, guys.